Hey guys, Thunder E here. It's been a minute, and welcome to a live review of Shazam. Or should I say Captain Marvel, not Ant-Man, but yeah, you get the idea with the red shirt. And with me here is Mr. Lou Rod. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been busy. It's been a minute since we've done anything live, you know?
Been almost a year.
Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But yeah, we're talking Shazam in this, which I saw on the 23rd. You saw tonight, right?
Yeah, I was fortunate to see it tonight.
Okay, cool. Before we get into spoiler territory, your general thoughts on the movie. What did you think? Because my review's out, so you guys can check that if you want to, if you don't want to be spoiled. But what did you think about Shazam?
Personally, for me, hands down the best DC movie out.
Okay, is
This
this
movie is great from start to finish. I thoroughly was entertained. Unlike, Wonder Woman was good, but third act falls apart. Aquaman was good, but a little on the cheesy side with some of the stuff. We all know Man of Steel was great. Justice League and Batman versus Superman, well, we know that debacle. So if they could keep this tone going, they're going to be in for a great ride.
I disagree with you on tones. This is a mistake a lot of people are saying about Shazam. Shazam and the tone. This is what Shazam is in the comics, so it's comic accurate. This tone should not be for every single DC character. No.
Oh, no, I agree with you there. It fit him because, look, Billy and Zachary Levi were like awesome. They bounced off each other well, even though they're not in the same scenes together. But the way he played that goofiness of the kid,
yeah.
man. And I had one gripe, but I'll save it till we're ready.
Okay. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was spot on. I can see what you mean. I'm very fuzzy. I'm looking at the live stream and I'm super fuzzy for whatever reason. Even though I can see myself clearly here. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I like the setup for the villain. I like the setup for the movie. I do like I think the only thing I would say is that the action set pieces were a bit forgettable, but that's fine for this movie because there were so many other things that kept you entertained. It was really funny. And some reviewer said it was like Deadpool, except just not R-rated in terms of like the jokes were funny, where you will remember and you laugh about the jokes. When you watch it again, you still will laugh about the jokes because that's how Deadpool was. Forget the R-ratedness of it, but there were jokes that were built so that when you watch it again, you go, okay, that was funny. That's how I felt with this movie. What do you think about the villain?
I thought he was great. I didn't know nothing about him, but man, Mark Strong, he could play a villain any day of the week in my book.
Yeah, he does a good job. He does a good job with the villain. I would say the seven deadly sins. I wasn't too afraid of them. I mean, it was spooky, but I wasn't afraid. I wasn't really afraid of the seven deadly sins per se, which is part of him. So anyway, all right, let's get to some of the spoiler territory in this movie. There are a lot of things that kind of happen in terms of how Billy uses his powers, right? They spent a lot of time with that. What did you think about that whole sequence from beginning? From like the very first time he started trying out his powers to when they got to like even to when he stopped the robbery at the 7-Eleven, right? Or like the convenience store where they shot him. We've seen it in the trailers, right? It says bullet immunity. And you're like, okay. And then he's like, wait, is that the suit? No, shoot him in the face.
That's like the comedy aspect of it.
Yeah.
His, I guess, brother slash best friend, he was good. That
Hmm.
actor was good, and the fact that he's like, "Oh, that tickled."
Yeah, no, a lot of the comedic timing was spot on. A lot of the jokes really hit. What I also liked was the fact that a lot of things just made sense. Like the way he used his powers made sense, which is why, like I said, I forgive the action sequences because one, he's a young kid. Two, he knows nothing about superheroes or like he doesn't pay attention to any of that stuff. And three, because of that, he doesn't know how to fight well like a superhero. It's not like he would use his whole power sets completely. So he was using his powers, I think, the right way in this movie, which I think was cool.
He didn't know how to use his powers, so that's what made it so good.
Which is so. I mean, in the sequel, he has to learn.
Yes, he does.
Mhm. All right. So, what else did you like in the movie?
My dislike was the mom.
Why? I thought the
That
mom was
I
good.
feel that was really
Oh,
effed
oh,
up on her part.
you mean his real mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like, yeah. I
No, no,
mean,
no. The foster mom and dad, it was great. For those who don't know, I haven't been watching The Walking Dead, but he was in The Walking Dead.
yeah.
The mom, I don't know, but they were great. The brothers and sisters, they were all great.
Oh, yeah. The foster kids were spot on, especially
The little girl.
little girl. You could tell. I mean, she was having fun, and you could just tell that she was having fun. And the little Asian kid gaming.
Hey, they had a razor phone sighting.
Yeah, Razer phone and a Razer. It was a Razer laptop, I think, if I'm not
No, it was a
mistaken.
Toshiba.
Was it Toshiba? Oh, okay, I didn't pay attention to that. They had a Razer phone. Um, but what was cool was with the family is when I knew it was coming. Like they said, there was a big reveal that was cool, and then I was watching it. I'm like, it's gonna be the Shazam family, and basically he basically gives his powers to his brothers and sisters, and then we had what was cool was all the characters match and all the they had Megan Good as a little girl, and she played that like to the core. You could still tell she was a little girl even though she was grown up, right? And then they had what's his name? Oh my God, who played? So his brother, the one who was telling him about the superhero powers, Adam Brody played the older version of him, and he was just the same. The Asian
The one
dude,
that made me laugh the most was I guess the Spanish kid. You know how he's pudgy,
Pudgy,
and
yeah.
then he gets his powers. He's all beefed up and shit.
So do you notice? Do you notice how the powers were all split up? It's not equal. So Shazam has all the powers combined.
Uh huh.
They have all the powers, but one is bigger than the other. So
Yeah, Megan Good was speed.
yeah, the Pudgy brother was strength.
Hmm.
Um, Mary Marvel is her name. So basically, I know the names are Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr., and then the others don't necessarily have a name. Eugene, Pedro, and Darla. But Mary Marvel is the one who has more of the wisdom of
She's the smart one of the group.
yeah, she has more of the wisdom. Um, Captain Marvel Jr. has some strength and mostly flight. And
Who
then
was that? The one that?
the blue Adam Brody.
Okay,
He had the blue outfit. He was the one who kept on talking to the villain, the
I'm
monsters
new
while
to
they were
this. By
fighting.
the way, you're my first supervillain fight.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Asian kid, I forget what his is. I think his is he
Yo,
just remember when he did Hadouken?
yup. He
He's like
literally pulled out Hadouken.
he's like, yeah. That was good. It really was all around good. I mean, even in this spoiler review, I actually don't want to say too much because I really want people to just go and watch it because you have a blast watching
Look,
this
if this
movie.
movie doesn't make $1 billion, then they're like sleeping on it because
No, it won't make $1 billion.
come on, man. Aquaman made $1 billion, and freaking Captain Marvel is on the cuffs of making $1 billion.
Let's
This
let's
one
let's.
literally
You're out of
is.
focus. I think your camera's out of focus. You might want to put your hand in front. There we go.
You know,
It won't make $1 billion. It will not make $1 billion.
man,
It's
if it don't make
opening.
$1 billion, that's sad because this movie is so entertaining.
I mean, look, this is the real. I mean, I said it in my review. I mean, everybody knows now. I hate Captain Marvel. Yeah, I've said it like out on the web. This has replaced and surpassed my hate for Rogue One. And Rogue One hate was not even that bad. Like I can still watch part of that movie. Captain Marvel, I just hated it. It was complete annoyance. And just because it was such a poorly made movie. I think for a Marvel movie, not even just poorly made, I think for a Marvel movie, I expect a certain standard. Like I would have expected at least Thor: The Dark World. Well, I'm like, okay, all right, I get it. You know, it's all right. There's nothing special about it, but yeah, this movie will not, because Captain Marvel had a lot of things going for it. It's everybody wanted to watch it because they thought it connected to
Endgame.
Endgame, and practically does not. It practically does not connect to Endgame.
It only connects to that end credit scene.
Which means the whole. I mean, you can't watch a whole movie. It just doesn't connect to Endgame. Other than you want her backstory, and her backstory is poorly done. It's poorly done in that. But yeah, I mean, to me, this is the real Captain Marvel, because it is the real Captain Marvel anyway. But in terms of $1 billion, I think the opening weekend is looking at 50 or 60 million. So,
and I hope it has good word of mouth and it picks up overseas.
I think it has good word of mouth. But I mean, DC is fine with it. You know how much the budget is, right? 80 million.
They made this movie on 80 million?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Not bad.
Yeah. So, I mean,
kind of like a Deadpool style movie then.
Yeah. If you notice, the set was really small. And most of the scenes, most of the powers were really small scale for him. So that's where the 80 million came from. So this movie, by opening weekend, will be profitable. If it makes $100 million opening weekend, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would be nice. And then we'll see how it does for legs. But I'll say it won't make $1 billion, just because in 3 weeks we get Endgame, and in that 3 weeks it's got to do really well. Luckily, Dumbo didn't do well.
Yeah, but Dumbo, I'm sorry, who wanted Dumbo? It's like Disney's making certain movies just to do it.
Of course,
who wanted Dumbo?
I mean, that's the whole idea. I mean, I think a lot of people thought maybe Dumbo will have maybe that they'll change a lot of the story, where like there was just more, and when you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, this is actually, I get because Dumbo was really sad as a cartoon, so you thought maybe it's kind of like Maleficent, right? In a sense where basically Maleficent is just a story of before Sleeping Beauty, and I watched it, I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. Like I didn't expect it to be like that, but they changed it enough where it made a lot of sense. And this one is just completely, I think it just didn't fall into that range. But I don't know. I don't know for what do you call it? Captain Marvel. Sorry, well, the real Captain Marvel, Shazam. I'm not sure. I think it would do well. I'm thinking it will probably end up at like maybe 700 million.
I mean, if it does that, that's still a win.
Heck, if it does 500 million, it's still a win for them, though.
With the bullshit that they've been going through.
I mean, but they've got, so I mean, you think about DC now, it looks like they're now in a nice pattern. Aquaman made that money. It's all set. Shazam looks like it would do well. People will like it. Like, even if it doesn't make a lot of money, I think when the Blu-ray comes out, people will really go like, why the hell didn't I go see this in theaters?
You know, I watched Aquaman about 2 weeks ago at work, and the second playthrough, honestly, I was kind of bored with it. It wasn't as interesting as the first time.
I mean, I watched. I mean, I saw it in theaters twice.
Yeah, but wasn't one of
Um,
them a screener, and then you went with someone?
yeah, well, it was. I mean, I enjoyed it. I saw it again at home. And I mean, Aquaman was fine. Like because I've accepted Aquaman for what it is. Like it truly is. It's a bit on the cheese side, and if you take it like that, you just kind of like let it go, as opposed to Aquaman reminds me. If I were to give you a Marvel movie, which most people will not compare it to me, it's like Thor the Dark. I don't know, Thor 3. That was, there's a lot of cheese in that Thor movie for me. I just kind of go like, yeah, whatever, I'll just take it and just let it go.
But I really did like the Batman cameo. Batman,
Oh, you mean in
the
Shazam?
toy store.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cameos. Even the end, so end credits were funny. You know, when they showed the cartoon where Shazam is going around all over the place. Yeah,
Wonder Woman gives him a kiss.
yeah. He beat Superman in arm wrestling. He steals Batman's Batmobile, like all that stuff. And then there was a big cameo, which wasn't a big cameo, and to me, that really
That
doesn't
pissed me
help.
off, man, because it
It
had the frame of you know who.
no, it didn't. That is not him.
Oh,
So I'm watching it with Sam, and he walks in, and like people were excited, and then they didn't show his face. And this is a spoiler review, so we can say it. Superman shows up at a scene at the end of the movie. When you watch it, you go, which you guys already seen if you're watching that spoiler anyway. Is the scene. He didn't show up the first time. Shazam didn't show up the first time to help his friend in school. So he's sitting down. The whole family sits down with him, and then he shows up. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, Shazam's here!" And then he's like, "Yeah, it's my best buddy." And I got one of my other friends to show up, and then you see Superman's cape, you see the S, and they cut it right here. And you know it's not Henry Cavill because the build of this guy is not as wide. Henry Cavill is in massive shape now because he's doing The Witcher, and he's just not in it. So, some people have said, look, that might be the end of him. He's gone, or maybe not. But here's the funny thing, though. I don't think DC is truly doing a whole revamp like a lot of people said, if you kind of just get into like the DC talk a little bit. Because if you look at all the news that's happening, right? Will Smith wasn't kicked out of the role. Initially, we thought that, but when Will Smith left because he's shooting Bad Boys and he's shooting another movie this year, which means he can't shoot Suicide Squad. Like, there's just no way. So
it's funny because they get Idris Elba
to replace,
and the Wizard was, I don't know his name, but he was in freaking Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I mean you can do both now. I think now it's everybody doesn't bother that you can do both, as long as you're not a main character, you're more of like the side characters. So Idris is replacing Will Smith. Margot Robbie is coming back for Suicide Squad. Jai Courtney just announced that he's coming back as Captain Boomerang. And Suicide Squad, Jared Leto left a Joker post in response to something that Margot Robbie posted for.
Well, he's in her movie.
In Birds of Prey. So he's in Birds of Prey, which means he's still around. So which means they're not kicking everyone, they're just rebooting stories because those contracts are there. Now, Henry Cavill doesn't have a contract, but he still has one appearance left in his.
So they didn't use it in this.
Yeah.
They're probably trying to renegotiate. I mean, dude, just pay the man. He's not asking for a lot of money. He just wants to be paid what he's deserved.
So there's that. So I would say, The only person who I most likely think is most likely going to leave is Flash, because we've heard the stories of he wants it to be a little bit darker. They want it to be more lighthearted, and I get it. And I think with him, he's better for dark humor, not just funny, because I don't think he is that kind of actor, Ezra Miller. So I think, when Zack Snyder cast him, I don't think Zack Snyder was casting him as like super funny guy. It was that kind of like, he will be funny in a dark movie.
But the thing
Pretty
with
much.
him, it's
So,
more like, where are they going to take his movie? Because that's like taking forever to just go anywhere.
so if you notice, the reason why that's taking the hardest is because they feel the Flash is going to be one of their, just like Aquaman is going to be one of their big money makers. And what they've done, if you look at DC's approach, which a lot of people are like, it's not connected. It's all connected universe, except it's every superhero has its own big universe. So Aquaman first doesn't have to fight anybody because there's so much. We already saw there was so much in the sea right there here for him to deal with, right? So that's it. Then you move to Shazam. Shazam has the Shazam family. He has there all these demons and all this
But
other stuff.
you know what was funny? Remember when the wizard showed Billy that little, montage and all that other stuff?
Yeah.
That chosen one had the facial structure of the Rock.
Oh yeah, it did look like the Rock. No, that's the facial, the upper body build.
Yup, all that. I was like, yo, okay. And then what I noticed when we were sitting and they had the picture all up, saying, "Oh, you're about to see Shazam." New Line Cinema. Granted, I didn't know Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so it's so the way they put Shazam on the New Line, because also they first said it was going to be a separate universe, but now the whole of DC is separate universes that are in the same universe, right? So you would deal with all your stuff, because in Shazam we saw the Superman exists, Wonder Woman exists, Batman exists. We all know that stuff, so that's there. That's fine, but I think what it is that with the Flash, we're going to see the Flash's universes as well. That's what they want to create, is that Barry's universe will exist, and then he will deal with stuff where he's dealing with either speedsters, Captain Cold, like all the stuff.
We all know his main villain is going to be the fucking Reverse Flash, and I'm so tired of the Reverse Flash.
No, but I think I don't think it's going to be Reverse Flash in this first movie. I think Reverse Flash is going to play a role throughout the movie that he doesn't know until the very end, that we find out that Reverse Flash is the one who set up everything. And then you now go, oh, okay, that, because to me that's how you want to set it up for the sequel, right? You want to basically have.
We know that they're going to touch on his backstory as far as mom and dad.
So it depends, though. It depends on which version of the Flash you want to go with. That's the thing. So it depends on what happens. So we just have to see how the script goes, or if they recast, right? If they recast, and then we'll see, because they're going to make it lighthearted. I mean, that's what WB wants from the Flash. So I think that's where they're going to go with that, as opposed to everything else. And we've got Wonder Woman coming out next year, Birds of Prey coming out next year, Joker movies coming out at the end of the year, but that's just a one movie thing.
That's the one I'm not going to.
Oh, I'm excited for it, because you know what? After I thought about it, I was like, the way the new DC is going, if I were them, it would be cool if you did a one story. Because Sam and I were talking about it, was like, just do a one story of all the villains, not heroes. Just a one story of all the villains to show people how bad these people are. Just that. Make it R and call it a day. And if you have one on Joker, you have one on, like, I mean, not necessarily Lex, but somebody else, right? You can do different villains from different DC villains, and then you call it. Oh, you could just do a bunch of Batman villains if you really wanted to, and just call it a day. And you now go, oh man, these people are just terrible. They are bastards, and that's what I think you could do with that. Or you could do one storyline. You could do one-off storylines of just certain characters, which allows them to not have a connected universe like small. Like for instance, do you know the character The Question?
I don't know of him, but I've heard of him.
So The Question is a guy who's faceless. He's always it's like a conspiracy theorist in the DC universe.
We don't need that movie.
No. I mean, conspiracy theories about like who is controlling what that caused what event to happen. So like Superman fought like some guy, right? That came to destroy the city. And the question is like, okay, yeah, Superman's like, yeah, I fought him and it's done. Superman's like, the guy's like, no. Are you really sure? And he did everything and he found out that it was like dark side of somebody else down the line, right? Because everything is hidden. That's what The Question does, right? But he's that kind of character. He's very funny, but he's almost like your crazy uncle who you have part of you goes like, there's some truth there though. I mean, like I know it's crazy, but like I feel like some of that stuff is right. But I'm saying like characters like that would make sense if you do the one-offs. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. Let's see. We've got some one person here. We've got No Beats. RF should lead to the Flashpoint paradox. Reverse Flash leads to Flashpoint paradox. I think Ezra Miller's out. Yeah. Rogues Gallery versus the Flash. Yeah, I think the Rogues Gallery. I think they should start off with the Rogues Gallery, and I think the Rogues Gallery should be controlled by the Reverse Flash, and then lead to Flashpoint Paradox as the third movie, right? I think they should do it where it is he's dealing with other Flashes and different timelines, or I mean different Earths, like that kind of stuff. Where you at that point when you're watching the movies, like you don't need to bring any other characters in. It's a lot.
I don't think I want to go there yet.
Yeah, no. I say, but you could do that in the second or third movie, where in the second movie another Flash shows up, and you're like, "Who's this person?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm you, but I'm from another Earth." And just like in the TV show, remember the TV show when they explained it was really easy. They actually explained it pretty well. I see. Supergirl has Lex Luthor now.
Oh my God! I'm not even watching the show. I seen a preview of that damn. I'm sorry, John Cryer sucks.
I mean, anyway, people say.
Hey, we forgot to mention we had a Lionel Luthor sighting.
Oh yes, that's right. Lionel Luthor from Smallville plays Dr. Sivana's dad in Shazam, who's the bad guy. Yeah, it was interesting to see him there. I was like, oh, Lionel, no wonder you made your kid bad again. No Beat says Supergirl Lex is kind of cool though. I mean, I saw a preview where he had the super suit and all that. This is my problem with Supergirl, and the problem has always been with Supergirl. She doesn't have her own villains, so she's gone through Superman's rogue gallery. And that couldn't save her, so they had to bring Lex in again to say. I mean, to me, I feel the show should end. I'd have stopped watching it anyway.
That's a show that should have been canceled.
Arrow needs to end. I do like the fact that they're going to end it, and I like the fact it's 8 episodes, right?
Season 8 will be 10 episodes, and Felicity will not be returning.
Cool. It's all good. Which take us back to the core of Arrow.
I'm sorry, Arrow dies.
Yeah, no, it's fine though. It's cool. That's cool that he dies. You know who they should do a movie of though is Green Arrow. They should do a Green Arrow movie. They should actually go back to. There's a script that what's his name had the writer of Batman Begins. Hold up a second.
Goyer.
Yeah, Goyer had a script. Thank you. David Goyer had a script which was called Supermax. Basically, he ends up in jail with a bunch of supervillains, and it's just raid style. This is before the raid came out, by the way.
Oh, so you want to do that Oliver Queen style, which they just did in his show?
Yeah, but not that well. Come on, think about the raid style.
Come on, I mean,
it's TV
you
show,
get the movie budget versus the TV. It's gonna be different.
Yeah, but think about raid style. Oliver Queen, budget of like 40 million.
They'd probably do a little more.
No, 40. Remember, Deadpool was only
60.
no, Deadpool was 45 million first movie.
It rounded up to close to 60.
Nope. Now, I'm not talking about marketing. That's different. I'm just talking about pure movie budget. Deadpool 1, budget. Okay, you're right. 58 million. 58, and Deadpool 2 was probably 110 million for budget. Yeah, but even if you do 45, I say 50 million on that, right? And you basically, and then if you want to, that's where you can start copy the TV show, throw some flashbacks in there, right? Let us see who this guy is as he's getting out of jail. You know,
Trying to get out.
Yeah, and then you make him go a badass, and then who do you have guest star in this movie? Canary from Birds of Prey.
That would work, but we're not getting him. He should be the next one to get pulled up because.
Yeah, that's right. WB man, like just hire. We've always said hire us. It's very simple. You already have a script. Polish it out. Don't make it too dark because people don't like that no more. And have Canary show up. Maybe she eventually helps you towards the end or something. Diggle is leaving as well. Oh, okay. Diggle Wiggle.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Diggle Wiggle was leaving.
Raid style arrow should work. It would basically make its money back. Absolutely. I absolutely make its money back. Get somebody charming, crack some jokes.
I like the mock-ups of Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, but Charlie Hunnam cannot be funny sometimes. I mean,
anybody could be funny if you're taught. If you're directed properly and you hit the cue right, it'll be funny. He could hold his own as far as the fight sequences.
Oh yeah, he did a good job in whatchamacallit?
Triple Threat.
Triple Threat. I like that movie. I don't know why some people complain about it. That was a dope movie. I
thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, man. Batman got his butt Cummins.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't too. I didn't, But anyway, but yeah, raid style would definitely work. Dude that played King Arthur is perfect. Yeah, Charlie Hunnam. Yeah, he is perfect. He's got that goatee. He's got that look. I think that will work out well, and he will pair well with this new. I mean, I don't know how the new Black Canary is, but if you can match them, if they have good chemistry, because basically the other thing is that they are both each other's like love of their lives. It's not like how they did in the show where, yeah, Green Arrow
flipped it with Tuolicity and all that other dumb.
Green Arrow is one of the chief OG womanizers in the DC universe. Batman is not. Batman just does it as a job because he has to pretend to be a playboy. That's literally it. Nightwing is more of a womanizer than he is.
Oh, dude. Hey, they're setting up Titan season 2 to be good.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that should be interesting coming back. And then we've got Swamp Thing. I still haven't watched Doom Patrol yet.
Oh my God, bro. You're going to, if you love the quirkiness that the Doom Patrol is, because that's what they are. They're a bunch of like misfits, and you might get tired of it, but it's the best catchphrase that the show has. Brendan Fraser and his "What the fuck?" He says that word at least 4 times or more in an episode.
Okay, I will check it out. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's one like, and then all the titles of the show are hilarious.
Okay, Swamp Thing is coming, right? And then
May 31st.
And then Stargirl is the next one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but it's interesting. May 31st, we got the Swamp Thing premiere and the Deadwood movie.
True. It's a lot of stuff. Robot Man is amazing in Doom Patrol. Okay. All right. Cool. I like.
Like I said, bro. Yo, Doom Patrol.
I mean, I wasn't too. I watched the first show, Titans. I thought that it could have been better. They had some. I mean, it was finding its way. It looks like Doom Patrol is a little bit more in sequence. I would say one of the reasons I got the DC Universe subscription was for the comic books, and finally they're going to have all the comic books available. So for me, That is cheaper than how much I have spent on comic books in my whole life.
But that gives you your outlet when you have to take them 6-hour flights cross country.
Exactly. So it's $7.99 a month for DC Universe, which for me, I'm like, you know what, that is worth it, because if I bought 3 comic books alone, and if I was just trying to just read the comic books constantly, I remember I used to buy comic books. I used to spend roughly around like $100 a week.
Dude, but if you think about it, $8 a month, you get that vast library. It's like gold, and it's right there with Netflix because they're putting out good shows.
Yeah, I mean, they're slowly building that. I think once they get it right, then it's going to be a lot of those shows. Now, the good thing for them is that Netflix is pushing the shows internationally. In the US, not so much. So that's the problem they face, though, is that like a lot of people are not watching the shows here in the US, other than very core DC fans. You're not getting Marvel fans watching it, because Marvel fans will only watch it if it was on Netflix.
You know what? I'm so over this DC versus Marvel crap. Just enjoy the shows for what they are.
Whatever, man.
They're putting
DC
out
rules.
good
DC rules.
shows.
I had to say
No,
that.
I rule.
Oh man, yeah, we saw the Stargirl costume, and it looked good. It looked comic accurate. I mean, I think they're trying to do everything as much as possible to make everything look comic accurate, even Titan stuff, other than Starfire's outfit. But then again, in a way, Starfire has dressed like that in many comic books anyway, so it's not like it's not comic accurate in the first place. But
The only thing I have an issue with in Doom Patrol is Cyborg.
I figured as much.
I don't like his look, and he doesn't look like he's got his from any mother box or father box. It seems like his father just built him.
Yeah, because that was the revamped version of Cyborg, but the original version of Cyborg was his dad. Just
Did it?
Did it? Yeah. He used alien tech, but it wasn't necessarily a mother box, like whatever tech they were working on Style Labs. So that's just the OG, I believe, the OG version of Cyborg. And then New 52, they rebooted it with a mother box.
Interesting.
Yeah, he does look like the Titan Cyborg in the comic books. A little retro, not as much, but I do agree. That definitely looks like that.
Because I mean, there's one line his father says in the show is that because he's technically doing the stuff he's doing before he joins the Doom Patrol to join the Justice League. So he's like in training to become a Justice League member.
Oh, okay.
And then his father's like, look, when I feel you're ready, I'll upgrade you more. So I don't think we got the look that is his final form. I just felt the actor's not bad. It was just the look that annoys me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that look either, but I get it.
Why aren't you drinking out of your Game of Thrones wine cups?
I'm saving that.
Well, for the premiere. So when we do our show, you're gonna pull it out and be like, yeah. I'm still waiting for my little phone thingamajiggy. The sock pocket, whatever that thing is for your fingers.
I said somebody already got that.
No, they don't get it. I get it.
Anyway, if you guys are watching this now or later, especially No Beats, on my main channel, Board at Work, I will have my Game of Thrones After Hours show, which would be 6 episodes, 6 weekends, 6 nights, 6 Sundays.
I'm a little not. I'm gonna be watching, but they kind of duped us on the time.
Why?
Because everything matches the same as season 7.
Isn't
time-wise?
Isn't one 80 minutes?
There's 2 episodes at 80 minutes. Okay, whoop-de-doo. That's 80 minutes with credits.
Oh, okay. Remember when he sustained injury, his dad replaces the robots. Oh, okay, I see. All right, good stuff. Well, we'll see. All I know is that things will move fast. I think what we're gonna see less is a lot of the travel time in Game of Thrones. They used to show it to us in
Oh, we're
previous
not
seasons.
seeing that.
Nah, it's
Everything is going to be time warp.
yeah. It's just like this is coming, that is coming. Get prepared. Do this, do that. The major battle is episode 3. We know that. And so
And I've seen my spoilers.
and you've seen all spoilers.
I've seen enough to where I could pinpoint what's going to happen where and what's going on.
All right, so you're officially
I'm not going to
banned
say
from
nothing.
saying anything. You're the
I'm
one.
keeping quiet.
I know. I even listened to you and found out that one of the dragons turned. God, man.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to the season, you know. That's 6 weeks of awesomeness.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Then we'll get our Westworld back whenever that happens.
Next year.
We got to wait another freaking year.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, what is this? They put it out a year, wait a year, put it out a year, wait a year. You know, come on, man. You know, that's how you lose audiences.
Nah, but you know, this year is Watchmen. That's what I'm waiting for, because this is not based on the comics. It's taken from the comics and moving forward. So I think if they hit, this would be another good show for them.
Well, we'll be back for that one, won't we?
Oh yeah, we'll be back for Watchmen. 10 episodes, but that would probably will be right here on board.
You know, I'm a little sad that Into the Badlands got canceled.
Yeah, I haven't watched season 3 yet, so.
Well, the good thing is now when you do watch it, you could watch the entire run of season 3 because they split it A and B, which was stupid.
Did I see Alfred Pennyworth trailer? I did.
What was it, like 15 seconds? That's not a trailer. That's like the worst teaser ever. I haven't even watched it.
Isn't that based off of Alfred from Gotham, right?
I don't think it's that one. I think it's just the early. It's only going to be that limited run. And unless it really takes off and they decide to do another season of it, but it's on Epics. Who's going to watch something on Epics?
Well, we'll see. If it does more than what they expect, you know they're going to do more episodes.
Oh yeah,
I saw the look of the Joker. I was like, oh Jesus Christ!
Well, Gotham.
Yeah, I was like, why did you have to do that? You just have to paint his face. That's all you need to do.
That's why I never watched that dumb show.
All I know is that they teased Batman's outfit on Gotham. I was like, I don't know why people still watch the show, but it is what it is, man. That is what it is. Anyway, guys, we should wrap up. I know we've talked about many things, which is what we usually do here anyway.
We haven't been here in a while, so they could get a little treat.
Yeah, that's true. But thanks for watching. If you have any more questions or any comments, let me know. Try and answer them for you. And always enjoy your entertainment.
See ya.